of being overweight over 20 years ago still fuels me. I saw my before photo and it shocked me. I'd given birth to both of my sons back to back. I took a before photo. Back in the day, it was a Polaroid. Remember those?
We try to avoid the term gym. And if you've been in a lifetime building, you know why that is, because we're doing quite a bit more than that. As you come into our facilities, the approach is health as a whole, right? That's mental health, physical health. That's our outward appearance and our inward feeling, right? And it's every part of that.
I always think that, it's kind of funny that if we break an arm right now, any one of us, our immediate thought is, I have to go to the doctor right now. So if you show to your peers, to your colleagues, to your friends, hey, I broke an arm, they would immediately advise you. It's an urgent matter to go seek a doctor. That usually we don't find that same energy when it comes to our mental health. Whether it's due because of stigma, misinformation, we don't know what our
on a bar, whatever. We want you to come to a bookstore where you can meet the fellow people in the community, where you can find a book, where you can browse, where you can meet others, where you can also hear an author speak. We've been doing this for 42 years. This is our 42nd year.
Research that looks at the actual structure of your brain, and two areas come to mind. First is the hippocampus, which is right here, and then the second one is the prefrontal cortex. There's studies that show that people who experience chronic depression actually have shrunken areas of the brain. So the hippocampus is what helps you not only take kind of like a screenshot of the information that you need, but to store it and then retrieve it when you need it the most. And then the prefrontal cortex. So during chronic depression or any type of adjustment problems, those decrease. And those actually affect your ability to, first of all, pay attention to what's being presented to you, to concentrate, and to make adequate decisions. And on top of that, add oxidative stress.
Mentally and emotionally weak. You cannot be physically weak. And to counterpoint what you said, to agree with what you said, I get high every day on my dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. How do you do that? You work out, right? So what are you going to do this week? Work out more.
You wake up and you say, God, I hate this. I'm doing terrible today, right? Well, because that was never measurable. I don't know if my back was toned. It's just based on how I looked at it, right? If you come in and see me and you say, I want to tone my back, my challenge to you is going to say, okay, what's going to give us that look? Is it, I can do one pull-up. If you couldn't do any pull-ups before, and you could now do one pull-up, I promise you, your upper back will be more toned, right? So
Meld by working out, or at least getting a little bit in shape. I actually didn't know there was such a thing as a toned back. I'm going to have to rethink.
Here's my joke, so laugh at it, please. The joke that was sort of made was like, it comes from a very small school. It's okay if the name doesn't ring a bell. It's like Harvard University. So I think it's been following people up to like 80 years. It's called the happiness study. And it looks at the variables that make people not only happy.
Red would die, we close the lights, lock the doors, that would be it. Well, that's not happening. Maybe because of the Harry Potter generation or whatever. You are finding readers among young people.
Books and repertoire, what about our local community? Like he hit on something that talks about pretty much the founding members of our community that came together. He was talking about authors that are local. I want to meet Raul, even though I don't drink alcohol. Like, he made this, what we call a bookstore, really feel like this is why it's that home. When my dad worked on Miracle Mile, I knew Books and Books was the fun place to be when I would stay home from school. I knew that was a great place to be. I can't say enough about the University of Miami. They're a partner of ours with Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center in the DCC. However, Dr. Alexandra Ortega, the Doctor for Center for Cognitive Neuroscience and Aging at the University of Miami, they showed us that there's a good mix of health, wellness, but just everyday appreciation for why this matters. So thank you, Dr. Ortega. And you did not at all come across as shy. Did anyone think she was shy? No. We love you. Lifetime Fitness, I worked for this company for quite some time, and I saw their influx of Lifetime Fitness clubs, not gyms, in South Florida. When you walk in there, you've got childcare, you've got people thinking about your overall health care. You've got massage therapies, you've got water slides, you have alcohol, you have all different levels of this. You've got pickleball, you've got IV recovery, you've got ice baths, so many exciting things. This is not just one single thing. This is that turns around and says, okay, it's dumbbells, go ahead, look, go get fit. No, this is a community, this is warmth. This is where a lot of people are meeting their new spouses. It's important, so thank you, Mike Thorsten. We'll see you at the Miami Marathon on Sunday, or at the Lifetime Fitness Club down at the Falls. And then we talked about the energy, the passion in the room. She threatened you with burpees. But put your heads together for Jennifer Lee, the author of The Queen of Wellness. I sat next to her while we were eating. This is the first time I got to know her, and I'm absolutely in love with the passion and the energy, knowing that she knows how to spread this knowledge. So it sounds like you're big on social. Which is your preferred channel?
Yeah, Jennifer Nicole Lee on Instagram. Thank you.
Jennifer Nicole Lee on Instagram. Follow this, because something as subtle as following her page might be that like or that dopamine influx that you turn around and realize that's what I needed this morning to realize. That's a good tip. That's a good guidance. This inspired me, or I could share it with somebody else.